You had not fought successfully to save him. We, Brazilians, are still fighting because when they imprisoned my father, they brought this man back to power. The same people who imprisoned my father took this man, socialist ex-president Lula da Silva, convicted multiple times for corruption, out of prison and put him back in the presidency. All of this under a flood of USAID money and massive interference from the Biden administration. The result? Brazil is living another devastating economic crisis, a public security crisis with huge expansion of narco-terrorist cartels and multiple corruption scandals involving even Lula's own family members. But maybe you are thinking, why should we care? This is Brazil's problem. Let me explain exactly why this matters to America and to the world. First, we don't think you fully understand the scale of what we are talking about. Brazil is larger in territory than the continental United States. We have 220 million people in a nation that is 90% Christian. We represent more than half of all South America in territory, population, and GDP. With all respect to our neighbors, just one Brazilian state has a larger economy than the second largest economy in the region. We control the world's largest freshwater reserves, vast agricultural lands that feed the world, and energy resource that could power continents. Even our neighbors know that our region cannot prosper if Brazil fails. Any Latin American policy that does not take Brazil into account is doomed to failure. But here's what should really get your attention. Brazil is going to be the battleground where the future of the hemisphere will be fought, because Brazil is America's solution to break independence on China for critical minerals, especially rare earth elements.
O país inteiro está comemorando. São mais de 2.200 empresas parceiras para você organizar.
For critical minerals, especially rare earth elements. Right now, America still depends on China for about 70% of rare earth imports, and China controls 70% of global mining and over 90% of refining and processing. Why does it matter? These rare earths are essential for computer processors and EA revolution that's transforming our world and the American defense equipment. Without these components, American technological innovation becomes impossible, and the production of the advanced military system that maintain American superiority falls into the hands of adversaries. Without them, America's technological revolution stalls and national security becomes vulnerable. And when America becomes vulnerable, the entire free world becomes vulnerable. So how has Brazil's relationship with the United States been since the man that Joe Biden and the American deep state worked so hard to bring to power through control? Lula and his party are openly anti-American. He speaks publicly about undermining the dollar as the global currency. He has aligned Brazil with China on a massive scale. He has opposite American interests on every single item of foreign policy, publicly criticizing President Trump's actions on Venezuela, Iran, Cuba, and the fight against drug trafficking. Most shocking of all, he has used heavy lobbying with 13 US advisors to prevent Brazil's two largest drug cartels from being classified as terrorist organizations. Yes, even according to a New York Times article published yesterday, the president of my country lobbies America to protect terrorist organizations that oppress my people, launder money, and export drugs and weapons to the United States and to the world. And just 2 weeks ago, as proof of how bad things have gotten, Brazil under Lula canceled the visa of Dr. Darren Beatty, Senior Advisor of Brazil Policy at the U.S. State Department, the highest American diplomatic position for dealing with Brazil. Something unprecedented in our history. All because Dr. Beatty asked to visit my father in prison and evaluate his condition.